The movie opens with a pregnant woman talking on the phone with her husband. Her name is Lily. She's terrified. Their city has been underwater for days, and the streets of New York are completely jammed with traffic. Her husband is stuck in that same gridlock, desperately trying to get home. Her husband reassures her softly, "Just hang in there, babe. I'll be home soon." Lily ends the call and leans back, trying to rest. But suddenly, a sharp pain grips her. She's going into labor. At that same moment, she notices water leaking in through the front door. Within seconds, the windows burst open and a powerful surge of floodwater crashes into the house. Lily fights to stay afloat, struggling to protect her unborn child, but the pain and terror overwhelm her. She blacks out. When she regains consciousness, she's in a hospital bed. A nurse gently tells her, "You've got a healthy baby boy." Her husband made it, just in time. He saved her from the flood and got her to safety. The couple smiles through tears, staring at their newborn son. But their joy doesn't last long. A doctor walks in and says, "You'll need to name the baby right away and get your discharge papers. We're completely over capacity. We have to clear beds for other flood victims." Lily wants to go home, but her husband breaks the news. Their house is gone, completely submerged. The only option is to head to his hometown upstate. On the road, they pass miles of cars, bumper to bumper, people fleeing toward safer areas. Police checkpoints are everywhere, and only local residents are being let through. Lily's husband pleads with the officers, "Please, let us pass. I grew up in that town. My parents still live there." The officers hesitate, but when he mentions the newborn baby in the back seat, they finally wave them through. When they reach the town, his parents rush out to greet them. They're overjoyed to see their son and the new baby. They offer the couple a place to stay and assure them that they've stocked up on food and water. Nearby, Lily's husband spots an old abandoned house. They decide to make it their new home. For a few peaceful weeks, things seem okay, but slowly their supplies start running out. Then, word spreads that the government has set up relief shelters near the coast, places with food, water, and medical aid. But getting there is dangerous. The roads are washed out, and there are warnings of another tidal surge. Still, they have no choice. Staying means starving. Since Lily is weak from childbirth, she stays behind with the baby while her husband and his parents go searching for food. The baby cries endlessly from hunger. Lily rocks him, whispering, "Please, just a little longer. Daddy's coming." Then, suddenly, a knock on the door. Nervous, Lily opens it and finds a man and a child standing outside, both soaked and starving. Her heart aches. She gives them the last bit of food she has left, hoping her husband will bring more soon. They thank her and leave. A while later, Lily hears an engine rumbling outside. She rushes out. Her husband steps out of the car, drenched in blood. Panicked, she grabs him. "What happened?" He doesn't answer. When she looks inside the car, she sees his father, badly injured, and his mother, lifeless. Lily collapses. Through tears, he tells her what happened. "When we got to the food camp, everything went crazy. People started fighting, pushing. Mom fell. I tried to help her, but she was trampled. Dad, he couldn't take it. He shot himself." Lily holds him tightly, her own tears falling. "We can't stay here," she whispers. "We have to go. Now." But he shakes his head. "You and the baby go. I'm not leaving my parents' home." Lily refuses to leave him behind. Eventually, they make it to a government shelter, but the guard stops them. Men can't stay overnight. Women and kids only. Lily protests, "I'm not going anywhere without my husband." They end up sleeping in their car, surviving off small rations from the shelter. That night is freezing. By morning, her husband's lips are blue from the cold. When they line up for food, the crowd grows violent. Lily pushes through and manages to grab a small packet of rice, but there's none left for him. Broken, her husband finally says, "Take care of our son." Then he turns and walks away into the crowd. Lily doesn't stop him. She just watches. Because now, she's not just a wife, she's a mother. Days go by. Even surrounded by hundreds of people at the shelter, Lily feels utterly alone. One day, she meets Sophie, a woman with a 5-month-old baby. Sophie teaches her how to calm her crying son and tells her about other shelters she's been to, where people would steal or even kill for food. "This place is safer," Sophie says quietly, "but not for long." Then she adds, "I know someone who owns a private island. He's wealthy. If we can reach it, we'll be safe. Want to come with me?" Lily hesitates. She can't stop thinking about her husband, not knowing if he's alive. Before they can make a decision, one night, chaos erupts. Armed men storm the shelter, shooting and looting everything in sight. Screams echo everywhere. Sophie grabs Lily's hand. Run! They flee into the night, clutching their babies. After hours of running, they manage to flag down a truck, but halfway through the ride, the driver forces them out, yelling that he doesn't need extra mouths to feed. Lily trembles, crying softly. What if my husband goes back there looking for us? Sophie looks at her firmly. You can't live in the past. Staying alive is what matters now. They walk for miles until they find a small cabin in the woods. A man lives there, quiet, emotionless, but he offers them food and shelter. In a world where kindness has all but disappeared, it feels like a miracle. That night, they sit by the fire, telling stories of the lives they once had. By morning, the man is gone, but he's left a handwritten note on the table. It says, "Head north. There are boats leaving for safety." For the first time in a long while, Lily feels hope. They follow his directions and reach the shore. The ocean stretches endlessly before them. They wait all day, but no boats come. Just as despair begins to set in, a small boat appears on the horizon. They wave frantically, tears streaming down their faces. As it approaches, Sophie smiles through exhaustion. That's my friend's boat. When they step onto the island, they're greeted with open arms. For the first time since the flood began, they finally feel safe. After months of hardship, it was the first time they'd had a real meal and slept peacefully. But Lily's heart still felt hollow. She couldn't stop thinking about her husband. It felt like everything was gone. Her family had been ripped away, and she'd never see him again. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Her son had grown up, but Lily couldn't escape the weight of her memories. There was an old woman, the mother of Sophie's friend, who noticed Lily's sadness. One afternoon, the woman sat down beside her and said gently, "Sweetheart, if you keep living in the past, how will you ever move forward? You've got a son. You need to live for him too. Be strong." Lily sat there quietly, saying nothing. But deep down, something began to change. After a long time, she found a spark of strength inside her, a strength she didn't even know she had. And that day, she made a decision she wouldn't back down from. She was going home. Everyone thought she'd lost her mind. They tried to stop her. Sophie started crying and said, "I can't live without you." Lily hugged her tightly and whispered, "Just like you can't live without me, I can't live without my husband." Sophie's mother supported her and helped her board a small boat. The journey was brutal. First, she had to cross a long stretch of ocean and then trek through a thick, dangerous forest, completely alone. After enduring all those hardships, she finally reached the edge of the forest. From there, she found a car belonging to a couple and took it, driving through the wreckage until she reached London, her city, her home. But what she saw broke her heart. Everything was destroyed. Floodwaters had swallowed the streets. She reached her house, shattered and in ruins, but she refused to give up. There was still hope in her eyes. This was where she would begin again, because she believed, deep down, that her husband would find her one day. And then, one day, she heard a faint sound. She turned around, and fate finally kept its promise. Her husband had come back. They ran to each other, in the same place, through the same pain, and finally they were together again. It was her courage that brought them back to each other. If she hadn't been brave enough to return, they might never have reunited. Now the two of them stood ready to start over, right there, in the ruins where everyone else's story had ended. And with one final shot of them standing together, holding each other close, the movie fades to black.